Boston, a city upon a hill, a city of history and innovation, a city of culture, art, and tradition, a city of champions, legends, and revolutionaries, a diverse city of courage, compassion, and strength. Around every corner, there are echoes of the past, from the cobblestone streets to the historic buildings, standing the test of time, reminding us of where we've been and where we still need to go. History happens here. This history is complicated and complex, telling the stories of our past, informs our present, and guides us all.
Lean back. Lean back. Woo! Yeah! Straight gangsta up in there.
To defy a tyrannical government. A moment that went far beyond tea and taxation. A moment defined by one's right to protest, representation in one's own government, being treated fairly, and about ordinary citizens doing extraordinary things. The Boston Tea Party. A moment that sent America down the road to revolution. In 2023, Boston has commemorated the 250th anniversary of this iconic moment that forever changed the course of American history. Through a year of public engagement, dynamic programming, exhibits, special events, installations, and performances where audiences have explored the many layers of Boston's Tea Party story. The year of commemorations has featured unprecedented levels of collaboration between organizations across Boston and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, including museums, schools, historical organizations, as well as Boston's arts, tourism, and hospitality industries. This commemorative year will culminate in the grand-scale reenactment of the Boston Tea Party on the 250th anniversary, December 16th, 2023. This world-class public event will take place at the very locations where the Boston Tea Party occurred 2.5 centuries before. History happens here, and will happen here again. Be part of that history and commemorate Boston's Tea Party legacy as an inspiration to generations of people around the world. Be history. Be here. Be Boston. Good evening, and welcome to the dramatic conclusion of the 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. The reenactment will begin momentarily. 250 years ago, in this very body of water, Boston's Sons of Liberty boarded the 3 ships docked at Griffin's Wharf and destroyed over 92,000 pounds of tea to protest taxation without representation and a government descending into tyranny. Tonight's presentation includes anecdotes and first-person accounts of the Boston Tea Party that played out over 3 to 3.5 hours on the evening of December 16th, 1773. Tonight, we commemorate the single most important event leading up to the American Revolution. And now, please direct your attention to the large video screens.
Hi everyone, I'm Governor Maura Healey. Massachusetts is the place where things begin. This is where ideas are born and movements get their spark. The Boston Tea Party is one of those iconic moments in American history and in our history as a city and a state. A time when regular folks said enough is enough and proved that ordinary people could rise up and change the world forever. It's been 250 years, but we haven't lost that spirit and we haven't forgotten our legacy. Today, Massachusetts is still the place that protects our fundamental rights. This is the place where you can be who you are, love who you love, access the care and education that you need.
Media Company. Number one. Looking good, boys. Looking good. Right? There we go, gentlemen. All right. Well done, lads. Well done. Keep them coming.
Mr. Pitts! Mr. Pitts, the tackle is Steve!
Thank you, Mr. Melville. Mr. Crane, you and Mr. Stevens kindly go below and lend a hand with that tee. Come through. That's out. Bring her up. Everyone came for the fishes, lads. Very good. Well done, lads. Morty. Keep them coming. All the way. Next up. All the way. All the way. Bring her up. Hey, Nancy. Easy. Whoa, whoa.
Mr. Pitts! Mr. Crane has been injured!
How badly?
I cannot tell, sir.
Out of the way. Let me through. Is he alive?
Oh, he appears to have been struck in the head.
Damn it all. You men then quickly. Get that man out of the hold.
Some new medication.
Careful, careful.
Get him to the doctor!
What now, sir? Captain,
Yes, Thomas.
what do we do now, sir?
With all this at stake, we cannot risk helping him now.
And we cannot simply leave him here.
He is a carpenter, is he not?
Aye.
Very well. You men there. Take him to the nearest carpenter shop on this wharf and then return.
Bring him to a shop? Should we not fill a position?
There is no time for that, Thomas. If he is to die this night, would it not be easier to explain his injuries there than in the hold of this ship? Now, I promise you, we will come back for him when we are through here, but Thomas, this work is greater than any of us. Make haste, men!
Make him a casket. Throw him in the harbor. Just like just throw him overboard.
Somebody did get thrown overboard during this.
And then when they realized he was breathing, then they were going to put him in.
All right, come now, lads. Each of you has a job to do. Let's keep going. And perform it we shall. You men reattach that lines and secure those chests safely, and the rest of you back to work. Huzzah!
The report from the other two vessels.
And what is the word?
Let us have a look. There have been no injuries or aggressions to speak of. Captains Hall and Bruce have surrendered their vessels without confrontation. All of the cargoes have been spared and are secure. However, there has been damage to one padlock, and it is believed it cannot be salvaged. So, oh well. We'll see to it, they're not common thieves here, are we? We should see that this replaces at our earliest convenience.
Agreed. Yes, we have been at this work for nearly 2 hours, and still there's no movement from Colonel Leslie and the regiment on Castle Island, or from Admiral Montague's flank.
Oh, and this concerns you? Come now, my friend, 'tis well. If they were going to fall out, they would have done so already. Besides, they cannot forget themselves.
Steve!
Watch us to risk.
Steve! EST! Get that way!
We're not to steal it!
All lads, intercept that thing!
Stop them!
Get it!
Bring him up here.
You scoundrel! Hey! How dare you! Hey! Scoundrel!
Get that coat off.
Throw him with the team!
I'll come in.
Mr. Melville,
He did actually throw him in.
come sun up take these coattails across the waters of Charlestown and nail them to the wicket post in the town square for all to see. And as for you, best run home before we make you run the gauntlet.
Mr. Revere, it does me good to see you here with us tonight.
Where else would I be?
Quite right.
We must see this through to the last leaf. None of this team has survived tonight. We're going to be needing brooms and brushes, as well as hatchets tonight.
Aye, quite right. The deck should be made clean. Find the mate and procure those brooms.
Gentlemen, none of this tea must survive tonight. Empty the contents from your hats and your shoes over the railing, and then we shall sweep this ship from fore to aft.
Here, here.
More on behalf of East India Company.
Somebody say.
Ah, the last one.
The last one! I think it's Sandy, man. I'm fairly certain that came from the
Mr. Revere, you do the honor, sir.
It would be my privilege.
I really want to see somebody go overboard just like this. Just throw the captain overboard. Let's just
toss the captain. Drag him out.
Over the side!
not reenact.
Thank you. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Men!
Well done.
Brethren!
Well done.
Tonight, we have performed an indispensable duty to prevent pillagers from thrusting their hands into the pockets of every Bostonian. Huzzah! But I pray that our actions on this night will not become our undoing. Make your way to your separate homes by separate ways and make no mention of what has transpired here. We must keep the names of all those assembled here a secret and take that secret with you to the grave. Should any of our identities be discovered here this night, a sure fate awaits each and every one of us at the end of a rope. Do we pledge this solemn oath to one another? Countrymen, do you swear? Then keep this secret for yourselves, for your families, and for our country! Huzzah!
When their work was finished, the men took to their homes in secret and quiet ways, without conversation for fear of discovering their associates. As I awaited anxiously for the return of my husband, John Fulton, and my 4 brothers, Nathaniel, Thomas, Josiah, and David Bradley, a kettle of water sat on the fire, ready to erase any of that lampblack or soot disguise that my sister-in-law Anne and I had applied only hours prior.
There was a feeling that we had crossed a threshold. As Sarah and I scrubbed clean the veil of their actions, there was an understanding among us all that we would keep this night a secret and risk the consequences of our actions.
December 16th, 1773 was one of the quietest nights in Boston that I can remember. But that quiet would soon be disrupted.
What is that? Oh my goodness, Sarah!
It's the customs man! It's a T-ghost.
You so-called sons of liberty! You had a fine, pleasant evening for your Indian caper! But come tomorrow, you will have to pay the privilege! Colonel Graves! In the name of His Majesty, King George III, I order you and your men to occupy this town!
Down with the king! Drawn or just Your king is no king of
I, John Montague, Rear Admiral of the Blue and Commander-in-Chief of the North American Station, given here to decree this proclamation.
proclaim this.
Whereas dangerous commotions and insurrections have been fomented and raised in the town of Boston in the province of Massachusetts Bay in New England by diverse, ill-affected persons, to the subversion of His Majesty's government and to the utter destruction of the public peace and good order of the said town, in which commotions and insurrections certain valuable cargoes of teas, being the property of the East India Company and on board certain vessels lying within the bay or harbour of Boston, were seized and destroyed. In His Majesty's province, an attempt hath lately been made to throw off the authority of the Parliament of Great Britain.
Yeah.
Silence! Silence, you damned dogs! In the name of the King! Silence! Captain! Colonel!
God save Massachusetts!
Silence, you dogs! Majesty's province, an attempt hath lately been made to throw off the authority of the Parliament of Great Britain, and an actual and avowed resistance by an open force to the execution of certain acts of Parliament have been suffered to take place uncontrolled and unpunished. Be it enacted, the port of Boston is hereby closed. It be unlawful for any persons or person to put off from any wharf or any other place in the port of the town of Boston, and any such goods taken from any wharf shall be forfeited and lost. Silence! In the present disordered state of this province of Massachusetts Bay, it is of the utmost importance to the re-establishment of lawful authority. Signed by royal order, His Majesty King George III. God save the King!
I say we just stay single for a while. USA! 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 USA!
By this order, they have forbidden our fishermen to cast their nets into the sea. Our port is closed to all countries, our elected government is abolished, and our charter is gutted. These acts are intolerable! fled to the countryside for our safety. Our governor, Thomas Hutchinson, has been replaced by Military General Thomas Gage. And 4,000 troops are now stationed here within our city, within our homes, and within our places of worship. General Burgoyne's troops have nearly desecrated Old South Meeting House, a building that once quaked with the words of Adams and Otis, Hancock and Warren, has been reduced to a stable for horses. This town is now suffering the stroke of vengeance against a common cause for America! These intolerable acts also laid more kindling on the fire of revolution. This dispute between England and her colonies was no longer about taxes. It had evolved. Something has changed in the hearts and the minds of the people. For the very first time, 12 out of our 13 colonies would be united under one continental Congress. And many began to make ready to lay down their lives for a cause which they deemed worthy of such great sacrifice.
We can't figure out our shit right now. New York couldn't figure out how.